Hello, everyone, and thank you for being there. We're just waiting for our guest for today. Afif is having some technical issues with the platform. Hopefully, he will be able to connect. If not, we will reschedule Afif's episode for some other time. And I just want to introduce today's topic. Today's topic is about the corporate Swiss knife. And Afif is there, trying to connect. Afif, can you hear us? Afif? Hello? So the topic for today is an idea that Afif came about for his work in progress. I won't be spoiling his work in progress. We're not able to hear you, Afif, no. And the idea is the corporate Swiss knife, as in leaders are the corporate Swiss knife. And the big question is, as a leader, should you be the generalist or the specialist, the jack of all trade or the expert of some, not the expert of none? And today's topic is about that. What skills should leaders be equipping themselves with to be able to be better leaders? Again, sorry for our guests not being able to attend. Topic probably we'll wait a couple of minutes and we'll wait that. But in all cases, give a thought. Leadership is a big topic. So Afif is with us now. Hi, Afif. No, not with us. Having connection difficulties. Afif.
Hello.
Hey, Afif.
Finally.
Hi, how are you? Good.
I changed two different browsers, a laptop, and now on my phone. It worked on my phone, so thank God.
Thank God. Can you turn the phone in landscape mode?
Sure.
We lost Afif again. So what skills, what Swiss knife, utility or tools should be in the leader's Swiss knife as a Swiss knife? What skills they need to have in details, what skills expert in? And Afif is back. And Afif, I was just introducing the concept as I understood it, the corporate Swiss knife. But let me just introduce you.
Sure.
So Afif is a friend of mine. He's the founding partner of RPS MENA, and he kindly today. I will let you introduce yourself, and then we'll hit on the topic.
Thank you, Gabby. Actually, I like my new family name. Tabesh is a new nice name written here on the on the stream. I'll take that. I like it. So my name is Afif Tabesh. I'm a founding partner for RPS MENA, as Gabby mentioned. It's a training, research, and consulting firm. I've had 13 years of experience in various different industries and sizes and types of organizations in terms of consulting and banking sector, as well as academia. I'm a father of 2 children, a loving husband. I'm a passionate person about volunteering and youth issues. I still volunteer, and I've started volunteering in the age of 11. And I've seen all sorts of small youth organizations and the big multinationals and the networks and whatnot. So that kind of a bit sums up me, consulting, family, social work, and volunteering, and I love espressos. If that is a thing, I'm an espresso person.
We all love our coffee, all kind of coffees. And today's topic, Afif, you suggested is the corporate Swiss knife. Tell us more
Yeah,
about corporate Swiss knife. What do you mean by corporate Swiss knife?
thank you. Great question. So I realized through the consulting work that I'm doing in the different organizations I was part of, there was almost in every department, in every situation, one person that had something different, that had um, kind of that vibe or that leadership feeling or touch. People would come to them for solving their problems, or when things go wrong, they kind of go to that specific person, irrespective whether that person was the department head or just any other colleague. But there's always this one person that if you ask people, if things go wrong or there's a challenge or you have an issue, who would you go for? They would most of the time choose one person, and that's the one person that we're talking about. And I was looking at what are the common factors or the common characteristics that those people showed. And a lot of the times there were people that were one, passionate about listening and helping others, but also they were problem solvers. They were critical thinkers. They were curious people, so they were always eager to learn something new, whether from friends or from work or from a new technology, from a new product. And a lot of them, if not all of them, are polyglots, or what I would like to say, people who are, they know a little bit about many things, or generalist versus the specialist kind of mindset. So I can easily say all the corporate Swiss knives I've met were generalists, but not all the generalists I've met are corporate Swiss knives. So that's the
Mm.
differentiating factor. So all people who were corporate Swiss knives were generalists, and all of those people had other characteristics in common. The top ones are that they have that can-do attitude. They are willing to take a stride forward when others are still contemplating and thinking and worrying about things. They work and they flourish in ambiguity. They don't mind an ambiguity or unclear territories or something that is new, that no one knows how to do it or how to run it. Um, you'd have seen a lot of them at the beginning of the COVID-19 crisis and the lockdowns in Lebanon and the globe, whereby a lot of departments or units were just stopping and not knowing what to do, and others were saying, how about we use a mix of Teams with Zoom and use that link, and I can share a new folder. And they would research and they would try new things. They would be willing to figure out ways. There's no right or wrong answer. There's no one to guide them because it was a challenge for everyone involved. But those people were the first ones to jump and start figuring out ways. And then we all followed suit. And in all our different institutions, there were people who tried something, it worked out, and everyone else followed. They were leaders by actions and by their ability to see opportunities, to challenge the status quo, to be curious, help solve a problem. But they're not necessarily the IT specialists or the technical experts in a specific field. So they're not all IT, they're not all in finance or in whatever that field, but they have good understanding of how different departments work. They might have different educational backgrounds that help into getting them where they are. So that's a
I,
bit
I
about
have
the
that's excellent. And a lot of the traits and qualities that you've mentioned are uh, kind of leadership and mixed with managerial traits and qualities. But
absolutely,
there's a saying, we used to hear it a lot in the consulting world: don't be the jack of all trades, master of none. So if you are
absolutely,
the
yeah,
jack of all trades, you will be expert in nothing, and you will be a generalist, and no one wants a generalist.
yeah.
How does this, if you want, fit into the model that you're speaking about? And can one specialist, let's say I'm an expert in oil and gas, specifically in risk management. However, I have all the traits that you mentioned. I'm the Swiss knife. I find solutions. I have a critical mindset. I coach my team. I have a human to human connecting kind of thing, but still I'm specialized in something. Can they complement each other?
Very good question. So To answer your first question, what we hear a lot in consulting about the value of being specialized, I would say for people in consulting, specifically in the big four or the big known consulting names, a lot of them tend to be specialized in specific fields or in specific key industry with a type of solution and whatnot. But from an organizational perspective, if you're not in consulting, but you have your own family business or a small corporate or an MSME, we cannot have the luxury of having 50 people, each one of them super specialized in something specific. We've all seen in small organizations and startups and family business whereby the HR is also running the admin and some of the finance, and the general manager is also the business development, and it does a little bit of sales and helps in writing proposals, and sometimes opens the company. So we all have that multiple hats that kind of we play in the organization. So depending on what type of organization you're in, but in most of the organizations from small all the way to medium enterprises, top management are playing or having multiple hats or being the corporate Swiss knife or trying to play the role of the corporate Swiss knife. But when the organization grows out of scale, we're talking about organizations with hundreds and thousands of staff, you will start finding corporate Swiss knives in departments rather than at the corporate level. You'll find them in their own department. We might all be IT or software developers, or we might all be accountants, but there's one of us who is that curious fellow who keeps on tinkering around and trying to find new solutions, new software, easier ways to do things, resolves problems differently. If we have an issue, we all go to them. So they become automatically a leader within their pack, within their group, without having that neither the generalist nor the specialist kind of mindset, but rather because they are curious, because they keep learning and they keep tinkering around. So we all need those people, and I've seen them succeed and grow in different types of organizations in different ways. So
do these people have a better chance of escalating the career path in the company because they have managerial kind of they shine in management, or
absolutely.
do they get stuck in their technical stuff because they are founding technical solutions to
Yeah.
matters?
So most of the time, these are the people who get promoted the fastest, or
Mhm.
if there's no promotions in place, they are the ones who are treated differently. So they get to leave and come, for example, at their own timings, or they have different types of assignments within their team. They have a special relationship with upper management because they had solve a problem when I don't know, the CEO called for something and they came up with a solution, or the directors were involved and he came in and solved the problem. So usually they either have that kind of special treatment or a star player kind of approach within their team, or they are the ones that get promoted or jump and take the leap into taking in bigger responsibilities and bigger roles in most organizations. So for their equivalent fellows who have the same type of expertise or academic background, it might take them 5 to 10 years to reach director level. Those people usually can jump it in much less time, or would seek opportunities much more frequently, at least.
See, this is exactly what happened to me at early stages of my career when I started at PwC. And as you said, I was the person who was so motivated to always raise my hand and say, yes, we can do it. Yes, let's try new things. I have this spreadsheet we can use. I have this connection we can contact, to an extent where the country senior partner called me Mr. Fix It. So to the office, I'm now Mr. Fix It.
Yeah, yeah.
And like you said, because I was the person who was always saying yes to things, yes to challenges, and give it a
Did we lose Gabby? Can you still hear us? Let's give him a minute.
We're back.
Welcome back. I think I lost you this time, maybe. Or no.
Yes, Afif.
Yes, sure.
راحت الكهرباء وراحت الإنترنت.
عادي. So you were saying,
Where is that sound coming from?
I don't hear any sound from my side.
That's from my CNN page.
Okay.
So that was what I was saying. Because I've said yes, because I was acting as the corporate Swiss knife, I have tools opening up from my Swiss knife, and I made it through consulting. Then I built a practice. Then I had 12 consultants with me supporting the region.
Absolutely.
How can one become the Swiss knife in their corporate world?
Hello. I haven't seen people, at least I haven't thought of it about the approach of how to become, but I've identified ways to be able to figure out if the one person is, or at least they have showcased those behaviors. So I think the easiest way is to look at what are the behaviors and the characteristics that we're looking at, or the competencies, and then build on them and try to build those characteristics within. For example, having that can-do attitude, curiosity to learn, problem solving, challenging the status quo, critical thinking.
Getting
All
out
of
of their
those,
comfort zone.
getting out of their comfort zone because they don't mind going into ambiguity. So one of the key things that makes corporate Swiss knives comfortable, just like to go back to why we call it a corporate Swiss knife. When you get a Swiss knife with you on a hiking trip or when you're going somewhere, you don't really know what you're gonna need it for, and you don't exactly know the order of things you're going to do or when or how it's going to be used, but you know that you have what it takes so that whatever life throws at you, you can figure out what combination of tools within this corporate Swiss knife you might need or you will try to use to get by. Now, is it the best knife? Maybe not. Is it the best can opener that would last forever? Maybe you can get a better one, but it definitely is the best option if you really don't know where you're going or what you're going to be facing. So similarly in the corporate world and organizations, not just corporate, we're talking about governments, nonprofits, and corporate these days, the pace of change is becoming quite fast, and the amount of crisis and the frequency we've been seeing over the past couple of years, whether it is financial crisis or energy crisis or lockdowns or pandemics or health issues or whatnot, are humongous, and they all have an impact on the markets and the industries and the companies. And so companies need to be nimble, kind of agile, to be able to move around quickly and charter new territories or figure out solutions for things they don't know about. And so with that in mind, they need people who are corporate Swiss knives. They need people who are able, who have a mix of skill, knowledge, and approaches that they can help them get through tough days. And when things become settled down and clear, maybe the corporate Swiss knife might not be your best option to keep for that specific role. You will take them on to a different challenge, and get a different type of people to take on the operation work or the typical type of thing. So as we're moving and things are happening lately in the markets, there's a lot of turmoil, there's a lot of changes. So we have a lot of ambiguity. And for people to become more like corporate Swiss knives, they have to be willing and capable of working with ambiguity rather than with clear-cut plans or for the next 5 years. Things change. We need to be versatile. We need to be willing to listen and see how things are going and adapt accordingly, juggling
It's a new
multiple things
normal.
to get things done.
Yeah. It's the new normal anyway. So yeah, as you
Absolutely.
said, I would like to add that it all starts with attitude. Your attitude, your positive yes attitude, your positive I can do it attitude, your positive go getter attitude, your positive
That's the first
thank
thing.
you for
Definitely.
thank you for giving me this chance to contribute, because by contributing I will learn and I will grow. I visited a Swiss knife, Victorinox in Switzerland, a shop,
Mm.
and I've seen the product line from the small knife that you carry with you in your small pocket to the big, has everything. And with experience and with you exposing yourself to new teams, new projects,
You're
new
adding new tools to your system.
challenges, you're becoming the big, the
Absolutely.
one thing that have it all eventually.
And
Afif, thank you very much. But do you have to say something before we
just
anything
as a
else that
closer point, and I think education and lifelong learning or getting coaches and getting support is essential to keep learning new skills. And as you said, adding to your tools, whether through experiences or building skills in any and every way possible. So get going,
100%?
get the corporate Swiss knife, and keep building your tools.
And for the business owners there, the general managers, the CEOs, you have to build this pool of corporate Swiss knives in your companies, in your departments, in your NGOs, in your government, because they are the catalyst for change. They're gonna be moving the company in an agile manner, where, as you said, we live in the new normal. We have to be agile. Thank you very much, Afif,
My pleasure.
and God bless. And we'll see you hopefully soon.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.